Light doesn't explain itself. It just shows up. And when Jesus calls himself the light of the world, it means something far deeper than we usually realize. Hey friends, welcome back to HopeLit. This is a space where we slow things down, tell the truth gently, and look for the light that still finds us, even here. Today, I want to sit with one of the most familiar and most misunderstood things that Jesus ever said. I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. It sounds comforting, but it is also a declaration layered with meaning. Jewish meaning, scriptural meaning, and deeply personal meaning. To hear it clearly, we have to listen with first century ears. From the very first page of Scripture, light is tied to God's presence. Before there is structure, before there is order, before there is life, God said, "Let there be light." Light comes first, not because it's decorative, but because it reveals, because it makes life possible. Throughout the Hebrew Scriptures, light becomes a way of talking about how God is drawing near. The Lord is the light and my salvation. Light guides, light protects, light saves. And it always moves toward those who are trying to find their way. Now, context matters. When Jesus says, "I am the light of the world," he's likely standing in the temple during the Feast of Tabernacles. During this festival, massive lamps were lit. Their flames so bright, they were said to illuminate all of Jerusalem. Those lights remembered the pillar of fire that guided Israel through the wilderness. So imagine it, surrounded by literal light, celebrating God's past deliverance. Jesus says, "I am the light." Not a symbol, not a reflection, not a guide pointing somewhere else. The light itself. This is not poetic exaggeration. It is a breathtaking claim. But here is the question that matters most. What kind of light is Jesus claiming to be? Not the blinding light of judgment, not the exposing light of shame, but the light of life. This is where Chesed comes into focus. Chesed is love that moves first. Light does the same thing. It does not wait for darkness to improve. It enters. Jesus does not stand at a distance, diagnosing the world's brokenness. He steps into it, fully present, fully human, fully vulnerable. John says it this way: "In him was life, and the life was the light of humanity. And the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it." This is Chesed embodied. God's loyal love becoming a person, a face, hands that touch what others avoid. And notice where Jesus spends his time: with the sick, with the outcast, with people who are morally complicated and socially overlooked. Light always goes where it's needed most. When Jesus meets people, he doesn't begin with condemnation. He begins with presence. He sees them. He hears them. He calls them by name. Light dignifies before it directs. And in doing so, Jesus reveals something essential about God's heart. God is not repelled by darkness. God is moved by it. Jesus does not say, "Whoever understands me will walk in the light." He says, "Whoever follows me." Light is not something to admire from a distance. It is something to walk behind. To follow Jesus is to orient your life toward his way of loving, his pattern of Chesed. And the promise he makes is quietly astonishing. Not that the night disappears, not that pain is avoided, but that you will not walk through it alone. Light does not remove the darkness. It makes the darkness navigable. Unlike a candle, Jesus' light is not diminished by being shared. He does not hoard illumination. He gives it freely. The more people draw near, the brighter the world becomes. This is the generosity of divine love. This is Chesed, light and love without limit. When Jesus says, "I am the light of the world," he's redefining how God relates to us. God is not distant, not withholding, not waiting for us to get it all right. God moves toward us warmly, personally, sacrificially. Light has come into the world, not to shame it, but to save it. So here's this week's HopeLit question. Where in your life does the light feel most needed now? And what would it look like to walk toward it instead of waiting for the darkness to lift? If you're comfortable, I would love for you to share in the comments. This space matters because your story matters, and light multiplies when we name it. If this was helpful, please let me know by liking this video, by subscribing, if you'd like to keep walking this road together. Thank you for our new subscribers. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being here today. I'll see you next time at HopeLit.